Hello everyone, now we have to discuss observation 4. So, last class we had a discussion that observation 3, right. So, in that we have discussed pure R load, inductive load as well as pure capacitive load, right. Now, we have to discuss in this observation 4, that is remaining load, that is inductive load, that is RL load, whether it is series RL load or simply inductive, it is not pure inductive load. Okay. You should know the difference, inductive load, pure inductive load. In case of pure inductive load only we have what? L, but in case of inductive load we may have series combination of RL or parallel combination of RL. Clear? So, first we have to discuss series RL load, right. So, in this we have what? R, or we can write this is R, this is L, right. This is single phase AC, this is the current. This is load or parallel RL load. So, this is series RL load. Next again we have this is R, this is L. These two are connected in parallel, right. This is single phase AC current source, right. Between this we have voltage, right. Okay. So, this is series RL load, this is parallel RL load. So, in case of inductive load, what is the range of phase angle? Range of phi is what? 0, can write. Always it is not equals to 90, it is not equals to 0, right. It is present between 0 to 90. If it is pure resistive circuit, it should be equals to 0, or if it is pure inductive or capacitive circuit, it should be equals to 90. But here we have the combination of R and L, therefore, the phase angle lies between 0 and 90. Therefore, range of power factor, range of PF is always cos phi is nothing but what? 1, cos 90 is what? 0. It is present between 0 to 1, right. It is not equals to 1, it is present between 0 and 1. Next, what about active reactive power? Next, active power. P, what is the value of active power? V I cos phi, finite value, right. V I cos phi, right, which is equals to, first we have to write reactive power V I sin phi. Next, apparent power S is equals to always V I, it is independent of load. Okay. So, here P is equals to what? Finite value, like that. Q is equals to, it is also finite value, but coming to S, V I always, whatever may be the values of P and Q, S should be equals to what? V into I, square root of P square plus Q square, which is nothing but product of voltage into current, those are nothing but RMS values. So, this is about series RL load, parallel RL load, but here the phase angle lies between 90, cos phi lies between 0 to 1, but what is the actual value of phase angle, right. So, from this series RL circuit, series RL load, parallel RL load. What is the phase angle for this series RL load? We know that tan inverse omega L by R, right, which is equals to tan inverse XL by R. Like that, in case of parallel RL load, phi is equals to tan inverse, simply we have to reverse it, R by omega L, right, or tan inverse R by XL. This is the phase angle from this series RL load, from this parallel RL load, this is the phase angle. But we know that power triangle. What is the power triangle for inductive load? This is what P, this is what Q, this is what S, right? This is the phi. From this, cos phi is nothing but what? P by S, right? So, from this phi is equals to what? Cos inverse P by S, right? So, phi is equals to cos inverse P by S. See, here we have phase angle is what? Tan inverse omega L by R. So, cos of this phi is nothing but power factor. Series RL load, the power factor is what? Cos of this angle. Like that, parallel RL load, cos of this angle, that is nothing but power factor. Like that, if you do the analysis from this power triangle, cos phi is nothing but P by S. So, this phase angles from this series RL load, from this parallel RL load, these two are equal, or if you are considering parallel RL load, these two are equal. Okay? You are doing the analysis with respect to this two circuits or this circuit. Okay? This is about inductive load, RL load. Next, we have to discuss RC load. RC means what? Series RC, parallel RC. Series RC load, like that, parallel RC load. So, in case of series RC load, what is the range? Whatever it may be, range of phi is what? Like that, range of power factor, right? What is the range? Again 90 only. What is the power factor range? 0 to cos phi less than 1 only. What about active power? Finite value, right? Because we are having finite value of power factor. What about reactive power? It is also finite value. What about apparent power? It is always VI. It is independent of load. Clear? Okay. Then what about phase angle? First, power triangle. What is the power triangle for capacitive load? Here, one more important point. Here, you can write lagging, because we are dealing with respect to inductive load. Always the power factor is what? Lagging power factor. This is very important. Angle is lagging angle, power factor is lagging power factor. Here you can write leading, like that, leading. Power factor is also leading in case of capacitive load, or you can say it is not pure capacitive load, it is a capacitive load. That is, what is the power triangle for this capacitive load? This is P, this is Q, like that, this is S, this is the phi. From this, cos phi is what? P by S only. So, phi is equals to what? Cos inverse P by S, right? And we all know that in case of series RC load, parallel RC load, series RC load, what is the phase angle in case of series RC load? Tan inverse 1 by omega CR, right? Like that, parallel RC load, I is equals to what? Tan inverse omega CR, right. For example, if the examiner provides the problem with respect to series RC load, then you have a phase angle tan inverse 1 by omega CR. Then this is, for example, you got 30 degrees, or so from this analysis also you will get the phase angle 30 degrees, because the phase angle, these two, if the load is series RC load, these two are equal, or if the load is parallel RC load, these two are equal. You can calculate the phase angle from this phasor triangle, power triangle, or from this formula. Next we will discuss series or parallel RLC load. Okay. Or simply you can write RLC load. Okay, whatever may be the circuit, the load is what? RLC load. Okay. Here we have three cases. If we are dealing with RLC load, we have three cases, right? Before that, range of phi is what? Range of cos phi. Next, active power, reactive power, and apparent power, right? Or you can write active power, reactive power, apparent power, and phase angle. Clear? So, in this we have what? QL more than QC, QL less than QC, QL is equals to QC. We have three cases, same like in case of steady state analysis, series RLC circuit, parallel RLC circuit. Here also we are having three cases, but in case of series RLC circuit we are having voltages, in case of parallel RLC circuits we are having currents, but in this case we are having reactive powers. Okay. So, range of phi is nothing but always 0 to phi less than 90 degrees. Range of power factor should be 1. From all cases it should be 90. Okay. Cos phi 1. Here coming to this case, if inductive reactive power should be equals to capacitive reactive power, in this case the phase angle should be equals to 0, and the power factor is what? UPF. We can say if it is QL less than QC means capacitive effect is more than inductive effect, that is leading. Here we can call it as lagging, right? What about active power? It is finite value, because we are having cos phi, therefore we are having finite value of active power, that is Vi cos phi, here Vi sin phi, here we have Vi. This is also finite value, this is also finite. Coming to finite value, finite. So, coming to this case, QL is equals to QC, then QL is equals to QC. We do not have any reactive components, only we have resistive component. Therefore, P is equals to Vi cos phi. So, only P is nothing but finite value. What about Q and S? Q is what? 0. S is equals to what? Vi only, that is finite value, right? Then here comes the phase angle. In case of QL more than QC, that is tan inverse QL minus QC by what? Here we are dealing with the reactive power and active power P, or you can write omega XL minus XC by R. Just remember the formula in case of series RLC circuit. There, what is the phase angle? Tan inverse XL minus XC by R if XL more than XC. Same formula you can apply here. See, here Q is equals to what? See, here Q is equals to what? I square XL minus I square XC by P is what? I square into R. From this I square gets common, I square gets cancelled. Therefore, XL minus XC by R. Satisfied? So, you can use this formula or this formula. So, from this tan inverse, tell me, QC is more, QC minus QL by P, which is equals to what? XC minus XL by R completed. From this, tell me what is the phi value? Phi is equals to here 0 degrees. That is why we have UPF. Why it is 0 degrees? This represents what? Tan inverse, whether it is XL or XC or QL, sorry. Whether it, for example, QC minus QL by P. We know that QC minus QL should be equals to 0, QL equals to QC. Therefore, 0 degrees, right? Both are equal. Still, if we have any doubt, note tan inverse QC minus QL by P, for example. Therefore, we can write phi is equals to tan inverse QC minus what? I square XC. Forget about imaginary part. I square into XL by, this is I square into R. So, from this, phi is equals to tan inverse XC minus XL by R. So, these two are equal. That is it. This is very important note point. Okay. In case of series RLC or parallel RLC load, these are the observations. See, here in this case QL is equals to QC, only we have finite value of active power, reactive power is 0, and we have finite value of apparent power, means what? Here we have only cos phi is what? 0. Cos phi is 0, sorry, phi is 0, cos phi is what? Unity. Therefore, we have P only, therefore, we have S only. Therefore, these two are equal. So, in this case, what is observation? Can neither absorbs Q or nor delivers Q. This is very most important observation from this case. So, here power factor is what? Unity. Therefore, we do not have any reactive component always, only we have finite value of active power which should be equals to apparent power. Therefore, resistive component can neither absorbs Q nor delivers Q. Okay. Next, this is the concept, very important concept, that is resonance. Next concept is resonance, that we are going to discuss. That is the next concept that we are going to discuss. Next, we have to discuss the summary of R types of loads. That is, first load RA, L, C, RL load, RC load. In case of RLC, we have three types, right? That is, first type is what? QL more than QC. Second one, QL less than QC. Third one, QL is equals to QC. This is last type. Okay. Here the circuit or load, we have these many types of loads. So, whatever may be the load, what is the apparent power? It is independent of load. Therefore, S should be equals to what? VI, which is equals to what? P square plus Q square only, whatever may be the load, the value of this is VI. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, from these 3 cases also we are having VI only. There is no change in the value of apparent power. Okay, completed. Next, phase angle. In case of pure resistive load, what is the phase angle? 0 degrees. What is the power factor? UPF, unity power factor. You have to write like that. P is equals to VI cos phi, which is nothing but finite value, or you can write, okay, finite. Finite value means what? You have to calculate the value, that is the meaning. There is a value of active power. So, substitute the value of voltage, current, and that is it. Cos phi is nothing but unity, just you have to substitute the value of voltage and current. Okay. This should be equals to what? 0, right? See, here we have what? VI, it should be equals to VI. Okay. VI should be equals to VI, that is it. That is why at any case the apparent power is equals to what? VI only. See, here P is what? VI, Q is 0. Therefore, square root of P square plus Q square, this should be equals to 0. Only we have P only. P is nothing but what? VI. That is why we have VI. Okay. Next, coming to L, this is 90 degrees lagging. You have to write like this. That is power factor is what? 0 lagging. 0 lagging. Coming to this P, pure inductive load, active power is 0. Coming to this reactive power, VI only. Here we can consider mod Q, VI. That is why we have VI. Okay. Or you can write, see, exactly opposite to this. This is VI. This is also VI. Okay. Next, third one. For pure capacitive load, always the phase angle between voltage and current is what? 90 degrees leading. Here it is 0 leading. See, this entire concept is very, very, very important for your electrical engineering. Okay. Next, P is what? You see, this is 0. This is what? VI only. That is why we have VI, clear. Then coming to this inductive load, the range is what? 0 to 5 to 90 degrees. Okay. This is what? Lagging only. We are having finite value of power factor. Here we are having what? 0 power factor, that too, that is leading. But here we are having some phase angle, therefore, we are having finite value of power factor, that is, you can write finite. But that power factor is what? Lagging. Then what about P? Finite value. What about Q? This is also some finite value, means VI cos phi, VI sin phi. That is why at any case S should be equals to VI, clear. Coming to this case, again 90 degrees, here leading, that is finite value of leading power factor, right. This is finite value, this is also finite value, again VI. Next, coming to this RLC load, QL more than QC. At any case, the range should be equals to what? 90 degrees only. Okay. But coming to this case, QL is equals to QC. Phase angle is nothing but 0 degrees. In this case, which one is more? QL is more, therefore lagging. In this case, leading. Here it is UPF, unity power factor, because phi is equals to 0. Here we have finite value of active power, finite value of reactive power, therefore VI. Again here also finite value of active, finite value of reactive power. But in this case cos phi is 0, Vi cos phi, we are having Vi. Coming to this case, this is 0, but in any case S is equals to Vi. Okay, this is about the summary of all types of load.